Yo, it's your boy DVJ.
It's your boy AD.
It's your boy Brent.
And together we are
Views from the Sip.
Hey man, what y'all think about Kendrick? The culture. What is
The Heart Part 5.
The Heart Part 5. I'm tripping.
Man, me personally, I didn't, even though I know his music, for some reason with him, I don't view it as music.
What you look at?
It's like art. It's like storytelling. It's like world lit in college. It's like you can't just take it for face value. You have to like definitely dig into it. And so I do think people who just listen for music just for what it is, music, you might have missed like the message behind it or whatever. And so my musical artists, I like for them to have a message. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing if you just got a hard beat, you know what I'm saying? You catching the flow, you rhyming or whatever, but you get extra kudos from me if you got a message behind it. And I feel like he definitely had a message behind it.
The only song that I listen to full all the way straight through is the song that the girl and the guy was going back and forth.
Talking about when he was
Oh, you talking about the album?
No, they were going back. It was the one song where they were going back, the Toxic song, basically.
That was on the album.
No, that was on the album.
Yeah, the Hard Part 5 one on the album, that was just a single.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The single ended
I thought that was the name of the album.
And he was just talking about like some of the
I don't listen to
toxic.
Kendrick like that.
Some of the toxic. That's fucked up. Some of the toxic ways that we have as a black culture or whatever. He was referring to everything as the culture, like damn, man, did you hear me out?
Like for example,
What's the
he said like one of them was like you saw the face morphing thing, right? That was going around on social media.
Oh, when he was like Will Smith, he was
When
like
hurt people hurt people.
Kanye, yeah.
Okay.
He was speaking from different perspectives of cultural leaders or people who are popular in the culture and stuff like that. And a lot of times the toxic traits that we have, we deem it as culture. Like, oh, they just how
everybody look at them as the leaders of the culture.
yeah, it's just like that's just how black people are. That's how we do. Like, that's just a part of the culture. It's like
That shit really not cool,
that's
bro.
like toxic stuff that you need to get rid of. That's not the true essence of what the culture is.
And I'm so glad that just made me think about something. For one, I agree with Kendrick and his way to like break down that a lot of things that we deem as culture is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if it is the culture, even if I whoop your ass because my mom and my daddy used to whoop my ass, and if when I ain't do my homework, they used to whoop my ass, that doesn't make it okay.
Yeah. Child abuse.
It's really not paying attention to what I may actually need. Just because I can't tell you why, if I had 5 pennies and you take 2 away, don't mean, you know what I'm saying, to beat my ass because I'm supposed to know. It's like, damn, maybe I just need help in math.
Yeah, maybe I'm a slow learner.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye say the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? He don't got to go to therapy type shit. It's old fucking K to go to therapy as a black culture. You know, the culture says you go to therapy. You got to be something wrong with you. It's something wrong with you. And you don't want nothing to be wrong with you. That's the culture. That's toxic as fuck.
Man, I had a coworker this past week kind of point some stuff out to me that I thought was like culture. Like, that's just how we do. But she was talking about how she went to school with a bunch of guys who were homosexual or whatever. And so she was talking about just their reaction and responses and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? In the black community, if your daughter was to tell you that I'm gay, it'll sting a little bit.
It's more acceptable.
But you'll be like, it'll be more acceptable. You'll be like, oh, that's just Brianna. That's just how she is. It's more accepted. But in the average African-American home, if your son comes to you and tell you that you're gay, it is not going to be received nowhere near as well.
Because there's a fantasy about women being with women.
I actually
whatever you chalk it up to be as, that's something that culturally is relevant or is done in most households. Like, I can guarantee you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I came home and said something like that, my dad probably be like, what?
Yeah.
We ain't finna do that in here, X, Y, and Z, but it's like...
I also think, though, it's like, for black men, it's not as much room for error. And so, the stigma that's put on black men by itself is hard enough. Mm-hmm. It's like, you already, quote-unquote, sorry as hell. Mm-hmm. You already ain't gonna be a good father. You already more likely to get killed or go to jail. And then on top of that, you're telling me that you don't even like women. Like, and so the picture that they're painting, no, I'm serious. The picture that they're painting in other societies, when they portray the black male role, is everything that we got against us. It's never the positive stuff. So it's everything that we got to get us. So it's like, of course I'm gonna be a little more mad at this. But as far as like the black women, strong black woman, I ain't gonna even lie. Strong black woman, you're independent. It's certain things about that makes, if you decide to go that route, it's okay.
And I totally agree with that. I feel like the messaging behind it, I mean, people should be allowed to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
If you want to be gay, that's perfectly fine. Everyone should have their choice to do what they want to do. But from the parents' point of view, I think the reasoning behind why it may come off so toxic is hidden in love, but they don't know how to express that. It's like they're fearful of it. It's like, similar to what you were saying, it's like, as a black man, you already got so much stacked against you.
Right.
And I know the way that the world treats homosexuals, and you adding that to the top of the list of all the stuff that you're going to have to go through in life. So it's like, on top of all the BS you got to deal with as a regular black man, or not regular, that's the wrong term, but as a heterosexual black man, you add that to the list of things that's going to give you problems.
I learned something today, Eddie.
What's that?
I should have brought my notes in. I actually went to this class today, and not for me, but I went to this class today where I learned some things. And like you just said, it's about how you react. A lot of people react to things. And reacting means that you don't always take the time out to think about how your emotional response may affect what's going on because you're reacting. Mm-hmm. What you need to do as a black community, we should respond to more things. And that way you take the time out to take a cool mind, collect your thoughts, and then express yourself in the way you need to. We don't do that as a culture.
Yeah, take a second. Take 2 seconds. You ain't got to respond to somebody say something.
Because a lot of times you say hurtful things, like in that case. Mm-hmm. You're like, hell no, we ain't doing that up in here. Hell no. But then you think about it on down the road, and we do this culturally. Mm-hmm. We hold on to shit for years. I'm talking about damn near half lives around here. And you hear about it and it's like, damn, bro, you still holding on to some shit? But it affected you in that way where it's like, yeah, I'm still holding on to that shit. That really,
the world different.
That really damaged my whole everything behind it.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree, man. I think too, hopefully now that we have people like Kendrick who are calling it out, you know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, that's another thing culturally in the black community. You have to be of some type of prominence for me to give you a listening ear for majority of people. I feel like us, we don't fall in that category. I feel like we can pretty much learn from whoever, the mistakes of whoever.
I learn from a homeless man.
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like culturally as a community, like for example, why do we have to have athletes being the spokesperson for the black power, black movement? I feel like certain people aren't qualified. So when LeBron step out on the limb and he may say something that's like, what'd you say, LeBron? That's not LeBron's place anyway. Just because you are a star athlete and you may be passionate about this, you may not be the most qualified for this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should have qualified people in these positions to speak for us. Just because you're an athlete doesn't make you qualified. But you have the loudest voice. So now it's like, the person who qualified may not have the same platform. So it's like...
I think it's like, as a culture, like... And this shit, I don't know, man. I don't even know how to put shit all the time. But it's like, we're not as progressive in the fact that we would rather... Because it's harder to tell, especially now, it's hard for a child to accept that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe my parents are telling me to do the right things, and some of my ideas may not, register with them because, they older and they feel like this is how you're supposed to go about things and this is the route that you're supposed to take. But then it's like, I got a guy like LeBron. LeBron, fresh out of high school, he you know what I'm saying? He's fucking LeBron, you know what I'm saying? He's making millions and millions of dollars. And so now the idols and the images that the older generation might have had, like it might have been their dad. It might have been their granddad. It's like, man, one thing I can always love about my granddad, he didn't make much money, but he worked hard. Those same qualities aren't looked like these kids, they want the money. They don't care how they get the money. They don't care if they steal the money. They don't care if they got to sell drugs to get the money. They don't care if they got to kill somebody to get the money.
So they'd rather look up to people that actually got money.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's hard, even though you're raising me in this household. And let's not say we live in a bad environment. Let's say we live in an okay environment. We good, but you know what I'm saying? It's not my ideal situation. LeBron has my ideal situation because that's what social media is portraying. And as a community, we care more about social media and likes over what's actually going on in the environment.
And I think look, characters or figures like LeBron are doing the best with the knowledge that they have.
Yeah.
Because they learning in real time. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure LeBron, when he was in high school, top athlete mindset is totally different than LeBron after all these years of experience.
Yeah.
So they doing the best what they got. So I'm definitely not blaming people like LeBron because I think LeBron truly has a passion for what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
She got the school.
I feel like it can't be one person regardless.
Nah,
of
it
what
can't.
is. Like, if anything, I don't even think it needs to be a group because it's like everybody not gonna agree with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when people try to say black culture or whatever, it's like everybody in the black community are not gonna agree on everything.
It's not
No matter what it is, they're not gonna agree on every single thing.
We're not a monolith.
Yeah.
Everybody in the black, and just because you black don't mean all black people think alike.
Yeah.
Majority of black people do have similar ideas.
All black people don't eat watermelon.
Like stuff like that.
certain, like everything ain't just because you black you do this. Just because like it's the same thing with other races. Like just because you Asian don't mean you do whatever.
But see,
like you smart in math or whatever.
I
Like,
think
everybody's different.
like one thing though, I feel like is like consistent with the black community is the fact that we base so much stuff off of things that we know are toxic. We can know something is wrong and we will blame our total existence based off that thing. Well, my daddy used to beat my mama, so that's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than saying, I know my daddy shouldn't have been doing that shit. I shouldn't be doing that shit. And so I should stop. I shouldn't do that. I should not want to do that same thing. But instead, I'll blame my whole everything. Well, if I never saw that at 6 years old, I wouldn't be doing that at 28, 30 years old. I wouldn't be doing it. But it's like, bro, if you knew it was wrong, why continue the cycle? As a culture, we continue bad cycles.
And they go right back to the line. He was like, hurt people hurt people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You experienced that hurt of your father putting hands on your mother. And as a child, you processed that and you knew that you was in a fucked up environment. But instead of, I think it's like kind of psychological too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because now you grow up, and even though, like you said, I know that was wrong. I remember how that made me feel when I saw that. It's imprinted, and I regurgitate what I saw, knowing that it's wrong.
Because kids are very observant.
And so that's crazy. I mean, then even going back to like black on black crime and stuff like that. First of all, we know black on black crime is not a real thing. People commit crimes who they live by. So it's white on white crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, whatever. So we know that. But just using this as an example, your friend gets murdered. You've witnessed the pain. We have this big rally saying we need to end black on black crime. We need to unite the community, put the guns down, yada, 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 X, Y, and Z. That only lasts for like a hot week or so. And then after that, you and your other homeboys back out doing the same things that caused your boy to die.
That's culture.
That's culture.
They won't say that though. That's toxic.
That's toxic culture.
But that's the fucking culture. I know it's like when something happens and everybody's like,
life, huh?
That's fucking culture. Like whether or not you want to accept it or not, that's a generational curse. Mm-hmm. Like people, when they say culture, don't realize that in other groups of people, culture is based off what your generation does. Mm-hmm. It's not based off what you're doing at the time. You might feel like your culture is every year we go to Thanksgiving at my grandma's house, but that's some shit y'all starting up. That could be a lifestyle for you guys. That could become a culture, but right now it's just some shit y'all doing. Because at any moment,
I don't think people understand what culture is though. Mm-hmm. Like when culture is like the dances people do, like. Yeah, like
you took. I was just about to say that. Like we take negativity and style and the way that we dress, the way we talk, the way we walk, and morph it to toxic stuff. Like you said, when I think culture, I'm thinking about language. I'm thinking about music. I'm thinking about art. I'm thinking about, and every other race has the opportunity to display that. Mm-hmm. When you think about Italian, you think about the food. That's a part of their culture. Pasta, stuff like that. When you think about Native American, you think about the monuments they build, living the way they live, things like that. Their ideology about things. But with black people, it's like we can't shake. It's like that negative stuff gets attached to our culture. Like, that's not culture. Culture is what we just said, the music, the art, stuff like that. The other stuff is just bullshit.
Yeah.
That you just automatically attach to culture.
But that's what most people view it as, though. And that's why sometimes, even when I want to, I can't always get offended when people say certain things about black people. I can't even get offended because I've seen it with my own eyes. I know it to be true. I'm just going to get mad because you shouldn't be saying it.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason I'm mad. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't even be able to say that.
I feel like as the black community, and I totally 100% agree, it's like maybe I'm selfish, but it's certain stuff that I can say to my people that you can't say to my people.
Yeah.
Like, I can talk crazy about my little brother, but you can't say nothing about my little brother.
No.
You know, it's like, let me deal with my people. And that actually brings up something that I thought about too. Chance the Rapper had tweeted out the other day, and he was like, he wished that when like certain stuff happened, like the Buffalo Massacre when they shot all those people, he said he wished that we can get together, take a second, and only respond to the black community. Like, we had our own private meeting away from the rest of the world. It's how we gonna respond as a unit. Because that way we can put like one solid effort front. Like, even if we know black people are the monolith, people gonna feel different ways about that. But at least have a conversation so we know we're going first before. I feel like the world shouldn't be listening in on our conversation.
Theory.
In theory, yes. I was going to say, and that's another thing culturally that we don't
somebody
have.
Somebody don't want to go the peace route. Somebody going to go the battle route, and it's just going to keep going.
When we have, even if we went like politics, it's like in my house we're voting for Democrat. Biden, or in my house we're voting for Trump, and that's just straight up how the fuck it's gonna go, regardless of how the fuck you may feel it is.
No matter
that's what we're doing in
what
here.
They plans are. And all
but
that.
with us, it's too much pushback on every front that it's like it'll never be one thing. It'll never be one thing.
And then too, and I don't know why it's like that. I mean, because when you think of other communities, the Asian community, they have Chinatown. They get together, they put their resources together. This is what
they don't have to like each other.
They don't have to like each other. I can totally disagree with you. But if the majority say we're going to do this, we're going to put our money behind this. You know what I'm saying? And it replicates over and over again. Yeah. Like different communities pulling their resources together and saying, I don't agree with how we going about doing this, but I'm going to ride out because everybody doing it. It's like
everybody don't have faith though.
But
that's
then
faith. Like, it take faith to just put your money with somebody. You don't know exactly what they're doing. You don't agree what they're doing.
But then that makes it harder to have the conversation about what strides we can make as a black community to better ourselves. Because it's like, that's not the goal for real. We might want to better the community, but then we got another side like, shit, if they can't do it, they just can't do it. And that's the reason why, like just put your pride aside for a second and say, man, fuck how I feel about it. This is what's best. Mm-hmm. That's the bigger picture shit. We can't look at the bigger picture. We're small framed as hell. It's like, I want me for me. You get you for you. If I can help you, I will try. But if I can't, shit, you out here.
But then too, it's like we have all that underlying stuff going on within the community, right? We're trying to fix all this stuff. We're trying to figure out solutions on how to do all this stuff. Then you have disruptors adding more BS to our dysfunction, like the Buffalo shooting, right?
That's intentional, though.
So it's intentional. It's like, I'm coming, like, I know y'all in an uproar. I know y'all got all this stuff going on. Then this guy goes out of his way to go and shoot innocent black people in a grocery store.
And that makes me mad.
And it makes you mad. But you're mad on top of already all the other dysfunction that's going on. So it's like trying to keep a boat afloat and then somebody in the back steadily poking holes in the boat while you trying to keep it afloat. It's like, what we doing?
It's hard, I think, in the black community, like in general, just to keep your sanity off of just being you. Just being your own problem. You just talking about your own problem. You talking about going to work and how the people treat you. You talking about friendships. You talking about other black people in the community and how they like bringing us down on some shit. Then you got people who actually doing things that you concerned about the community. Like, damn, I think about that shit. I'm like, bro, that's so fucked up. It makes me so mad. And then when they put the list up and they got all the white guys who shot all the black people and they all handcuffed. And they go into the psych ward. Then we got, the few black people that's in there that they didn't even do anything and they're dead as fuck. And that makes me mad. But that only makes me mad for the time being. Until it happens again.
And then it's exhausting too. Because let's say you're the average person who still has so much faith in the political system. You have so much faith in religion or whatever you put your stuff in, and you constantly keep getting several instances of things happening.
Know how I feel about it.
It takes away from you. You know me personally. You know me and you have political conversations all the time.
Know how I feel about it.
And you know, I was one of the ones, and still am to a certain extent, that believes in the political system. I'm like, we trying our best to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm not gonna lie. Joe has really put a dent. Joe has really put a dent in my belief in the political system. I'm like, here I am. I had this nigga back.
We talked about it on here.
I had this man back. I'm like, bro.
Ain't even 10 toes down with my
like me and DVJ had several conversations where we disagreed or whatever, but it was like, a debate or whatever. We just getting our ideas and stuff across. I'm having this dude back, and I feel like a black mama. You gonna get in there and embarrass me like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, sit your way. I know you ain't gonna embarrass me in this damn stuff. In this conversation. You gonna embarrass me, Joe? All this shit you was talking outside. I thought you was a hooper. I thought you was gonna go out here and put up buckets.
I told you that guy had.
And you a role player.
I told you that. I told you, bro.
Over talking like he Pat Beverly. He talking good. He talking greasy,
man. But see, that's what I be saying, AD, and then I think that's another void in the community, because I will, despite what I feel and despite the conversation, I see it. I vote for who my people vote for.
Yeah,
I'm with the people, even if I feel like y'all not right. I'm with the people on all fronts. That comes down to mayor. That comes down to whoever y'all think the best judge is, because I'm like, I'ma stand beside y'all, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Despite me not agreeing with you, I'ma stand back. That's what y'all feel like is best. Let me just chill.
That's your profession, not mine.
Yeah, let me just relax. But at some point, you know how I feel about people and being dumb. At some point, and that's not even one of those things. But at some point, I want the more qualified people to step the fuck up, and I want the unqualified people to shut the fuck up. Yeah. At some point, because I feel like that's also included in certain problems, even with certain officials that are in our current situation. To me, it's dumb for them to still be there. Mm-hmm. To me, it is. Mm-hmm. And then I know they have a lot of support, and some of those people that support them, I don't feel like are qualified enough to even be voted.
Lyrics, I know exactly who you're talking about without you saying that.
But it's like that's going against progress. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all feel like. I'm for progress regardless.
Yeah. And I feel like that particular individual could have been progressive for their time.
Yeah.
But everybody's time comes to an end. You can only push the culture so forward before someone else has to take over and pick up the mantle, right?
Like a track meet.
Because, like at a track meet, a person can only have so many good ideas before they just stall out and be like, okay, right now I'm just holding the seat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the people fool with me.
I'm gonna get voted in, but you're the favorite.
You're the favorite.
You're not fucking moving
because they rest.
But you're the favorite
because the community that's supporting you is resting on all the things you've done prior. It's like, but you remember that time he did so and so.
But then he's not doing it now. But then that's what I'm saying. I love the people. I'm gonna keep being. I love the people now. Mm-hmm. But at certain times, just like that official. Mm-hmm. It's the way. It's no different from racism and how certain people, you know what I'm saying, that's a taught thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like if you grew up in that era, you're probably racist too. Mm-hmm. And so if you grew up with this being your guy, you're going to stay with that being your guy because that's all you know. Mm-hmm. But at some point, I want you to just be honest with yourself and say, man, listen, this is beyond me. Mm-hmm. Listen, y'all got cell phones now, so I can't be telling y'all how the hell it's supposed to work. I don't know shit about a cell phone. Let me turn it over to Brent because he's the cell phone guy. Mm-hmm.
Or at least put him on the board or something.
But see, that has to take a lack of ego, though. When you've been the guy for so long that has been, you know what I'm saying, spearheading this ship, and then now you have to take a real look at yourself and say, you know what? I don't have it no more.
But that's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, though.
A lot of self-awareness.
It take a lot of self-awareness, though, but I feel like as a good leader, part of being a good leader is knowing when it's time for you to not lead anymore.
Part of being a leader is that period.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that, like, hey, bro, somebody need to take over right now. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for me no more. I ain't got it no more. I ain't got the juice no more.
The boat ain't moving no more.
Exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is. And then, too, going back to what you said, those people who felt like that, was like, this is our guy, been the guy forever. I don't even have. When I look at the ballot, I pick that name. If that name on there, I ain't got to look at who else running. I'm picking that name, regardless, just off name base alone. They're feeding that to their children too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, just like you said, in this house we vote Democrat. Everybody in this house voting Democrat. When they see that name, you see that name, you vote for him. That's what it is. And so it keeps going. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it's similar to the sports conversation. We can debate and debate and debate again who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. We can debate that forever. Mm-hmm. But realistically, we'll never know. Mm-hmm. Nope. Michael Jordan was the best in his era. LeBron James is the best. That's just how it goes. Mm-hmm. My thing is, either way, the NBA is progressive.
Yep.
We can't make Michael Jordan play forever. I know that's your favorite player. That's your favorite player. Everybody got MJ jersey, but MJ 50, bro. It's over for MJ.
Yep.
LeBron, he's still LeBron.
He getting up there.
But LeBron is like, brother, I'm 38. I'm about to be up out of here, dog.
When LeBron retired, they're going to have the next person.
Then we got, that's what I'm saying. Then we got Giannis. Then we got
Luka.
We got Tatum. We got all these guys. But at some point, even though you could probably give a few more years, you just got to be like, nah, this is it for me, bro.
And then, too, speaking of me personally, I want to go out on top. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go out a couple years past my prime. You know
that's really selfish.
You going out a couple years past your prime, and it's like,
that's what you're going to be remembered by.
It's like, man, you was a great. I remember when you had it, brother.
Nobody's not going to forget your ass years as an old man.
Exactly.
No. Nobody's not going to. Everybody's going to. Hey, you was trash. Like, you don't even want to have that on your resume.
Nobody's forgetting Westbrook's season right now.
Nobody's going to forget that. Everybody's remembering right now. Anytime they bring up the great Westbrook, they bring up when he was a Thunder.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was on the Wizards. That motherfucker was on the Rockets. He was on the Lakers. The only great Westbrook is the Thunder. They put him in the Thunder jersey. They talk about how good that Thunder, he was one of one. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, nigga, he was in the league like years after that. Like, y'all know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And it's like, for me, it's like frustrating as hell. This is why I get frustrated, Andy. This is what makes me have the complaints that I have, because I see the lack of progress. And then it's like,
because people think it's them and not the system.
And then we just be fucking K with it. It's like, yeah, I fucked up and voted for him. He got 4 more years, but shit, we good though for 4. It's like, no, why the fuck we gotta be good for 4? Because you being stupid and you ain't even look at it.
And there's nothing too. I feel like as a culture, we should start voting our interests, what political party they line upon.
Instead of me saying I'm voting for the people, I'm voting with the people.
I'm voting Republic.
I'm voting for who the fuck I think is the best candidate, guy.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, hopefully, I mean, I know I'm speaking hypothetically or whatever, but if we're able to come together as a group of people and say, hey, at least the majority of us say, hey, even though this candidate doesn't fall in our party that we historically vote for, this candidate talking that stuff that gonna benefit us. So majority, we need to vote for them. Like, I feel like the black community is one of the only communities where the Democrats can count on our vote every year. You know, we ain't gotta. They gonna vote for us regardless.
I don't think they do enough when it comes to like the political side of the voting process. Anyway, the president should have a cabinet, and they should speak the same way he's speaking during the race.
Yeah,
because they the one making all the decisions just like he is. He don't make all the decisions by himself. He got handed off to them people. Those people are really making the decisions.
And I guess
if they gotta get up there and sound stupid, then you realize, oh, okay, they stupid. I don't need to vote for this person.
And then I guess too, I mean, it's kind of, I guess, assumed that they have the same mindset as the president because he's the one that's appointing them to his cabinet. Yeah. So you would think that he will appoint people that has the same ideas.
He's appointing a bunch of kiss asses with that they don't have their own ideas. That's how the shit works. I want the job. And I can't even speak the way I want to.
They're getting paid off anyway.
But there's smaller officials who kiss ass to the bigger officials. That's how it works. That's how it's expected to work. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, even here in my city, certain things don't go the way they probably could go because certain people don't kiss the asses they should kiss.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call the power struggle. The bigger heads want to get it on top, and so you can kiss their asses. I don't know what it's about. It's weird to me, but that's how it works. I want that job. I might have to, you know what I'm saying, agree with what he's saying. I might not agree with it. My household might not know I agree. My friends, but when it's time for me to go out there on CB, oh my God. Yeah, I just agree with the president. I agree with everything he said. If he, you know what I'm saying, he wouldn't lead us astray. And it's just like, as a citizen, as you watching it, you're like, what kind of nigga are you? What do you really stand for? It? Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about it. But between that shit and the did you see the black guy who said he spoke to the guy who shot up the store?
Nah,
he was like, he was literally talking to him. He was asking him about if he was gonna be back tomorrow, and they was talking about black holes, and they was talking about the what theory is it? What is they calling it now?
Pythagorean theory?
No.
Critical race theory.
That one. They were talking about that. And he asked him, was he coming back to the store tomorrow? The whole time, the black dude was like, he said he bought him a drink and everything. He said, you know, he thought he was just shooting the shit with him. And he was like, you know, he didn't know many black people. And he was just, you know, thought he was trying to make a friend on some shit. Whole time, he's coming back to shoot up the store. The thing is with me, AD, and you know I'm going to talk about it, I wish something else would happen besides everybody always getting on the news. And I'm talking about the people that don't look like us. I'm not even talking about the man who spoke for Buffalo. I'm talking about the people who don't look like us, who wish us nothing but the best, and they send out their prayers. I wish that there was something else that could be done besides me looking at this white man who just killed 10 black people at a grocery fucking store. He drove his ass, 3 hours? To go, it wasn't like he lived in Buffalo and he decided he was just gonna shoot up the store. He literally had mapped this shit out as a random event to go to Buffalo, go to the black community, go to a black store where it's mostly black people here, and he decided he only shot black people. And they called it a hate crime? It's a fucking hate crime, and we praying for you and all this, and it's like, I can only go so far with hearing that shit from you. And it is different, AD. Had it come from a black man, and I know he up there, and he go to my church, and I go to his, and he's up in there just, you know, giving us some motivational words so we can just be hopeful and carry on.
And try to cope a little bit.
But when I have to see it from the people who that have been historically pushing us down, it don't hit the same for me. Now I'm mad again. Now I'm mad and I want something bad to happen. I am. You know what I'm saying? I can't help that rage that seeps up. And it's like, this shit wouldn't never go like this if it happened at y'all's store. Like, I'm not telling nobody to do no shit like that because us as a culture, us as a people, I don't even think we have that type of shit in us. That's some maniac shit. I don't think we're maniacs. I think we're
sane.
I think we're sane. That's not the word I was going to say. I think we're okay. We're too okay with things. And that's what makes me mad a lot of the times. Even when we were doing the, what was it? What was the damn march, AD, when they was raiding and all this shit, Black Lives Matter. Even when we were doing that, I still stood on the same.
I was just laughing because you know what to say.
No, I was still standing on the same things that I always say, the same issues that always occur over and over again. We're always okay with. I said that then. Of course, they're gonna be like, we stand with Black Lives Matters, and they're gonna make donations. But it's like hush money. Shut up. Stop talking about it. We'll give you some money. Shut up. We got money. That's not shit. If you are fucking a millionaire, AD, and you give me $100, I'm gonna be appreciative. But you giving me $100 ain't shit. When you got all this fucking money, that's hush money. That's what I look at it as.
Let me give you a little pacifier.
You can't pay everybody, though.
You can't pay everybody.
Some people stand with them.
Most of them don't, though. And as a culture, I think majority of us do not stand for anything. Because the things that we display to the media, the things that we do, how we carry ourselves as a culture, is not unified at all. You have black people who are civilized and go to work.
I think you got to pay $1 million for the dude to go to Jackson State.
Then we're talking about a fucking school that can't even afford. I went to Jackson State. I'm a proud fucking alumni. Nick Saban is out of fucking pocket.
We all are, man.
He's out of fucking pocket.
Yep.
You think we got
Jake
Alabama?
State-
You
Jake
think we got
State-
Alabama money?
Nick Saban has never been Jake State if he thinks Jake State can shell out $1 million.
He was just upset. He was
He
emotional.
was upset. And he was just speaking, bro. And then too, think about this, bro. If we had $1 million to give to one player, we'll look like Alabama.
Yeah.
We'll look like Alabama because we'll start taking some of their players if we dropping off $1 million to one person.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bruh.
How much money you think
Bro,
we got?
I looked
but that's
bro,
so fucking...
listen. I looked it up. We have $8 million for the entire athletic program at Jackson State. Not just for football, not just the entire program in a whole.
Yeah,
We allocate $8 million for all the sports that take place at Jackson State.
yeah.
We're gonna take $1 million
And give
of
it to
that
one
$8
place.
million
And
and,
that's all we
give it
got.
to one person.
And that's all we
Piece of
got.
slice. 1/8.
Man, it don't make sense. Like it's ludicrous to even say something like that. And like I said, it would have been cool if he was just talking to Texas A&M
Schools, yeah.
Jimbo.
because they're on the same level.
Yep.
Like they have
Both on
similar.
the SEC.
They both SEC. They personally
Power
have a
five
rival because Jimbo, head coach Texas A&M, used to coach on coaching staff with Nick Saban back in LSU.
Yeah.
They got history. It's a little beef or whatever, X, Y, and Z. Cool. And they have both boosters and sponsors who shell out millions of dollars
and they
every year.
They budget ain't $8 million.
Y'all can play. Folks, if it's y'all two, y'all can play on that same level because y'all got money to play this. Folks, when you shoot dice, you don't shoot dice with people who can't bet the money that you bet.
Yeah.
And that's the
So
same
if Jackson
shit.
State, we caught a stray, and that's why Dion was so hot because he like, we're not even in the same ballpark, and you reach down to insult us like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
we had nothing to even do with that. We ain't on the same level. We can't play with y'all in that field like that.
See
we
that,
can't.
Brett?
We ain't got big boy money like that.
You see that, bro? How everything connect the dots, and that's why I get like I get. I know it be seeming like, man, that boy be off the wall with some of that shit. Like I know he can't be that angry inside, but it's like all that shit connect to me, and it all hit the same. The concept of all that shit hit the same. Just like you just said, E. Y'all got y'all in the same ballpark. Y'all giving that money away, shit. Y'all got it.
Yeah.
So when we as a community, and they say, you'll donate this to this cause or this cause, of course I fucking bet. I fucking bet y'all will.
Yep. And it's like almost like how it's like envy in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you got money, your girl know that you a millionaire, X, Y, and Z. You buying her $100,000 purse.
Yeah, go crazy.
It's not gonna hit the same as you spending quality time because she like,
And
I mean,
then I
you
just
got
buy you-
money. I know there was nothing for you just to go and just buy that.
But oh my fucking goodness. But isn't that the same thing that social media displays and everybody's like goals? If I'm a fucking rapper, or if my fucking woman is a fucking actress, or if she's a fucking artist, or if she's making bukus on bukus of fucking money, shouldn't she be able to afford these things that she's getting me?
Yeah.
Shouldn't my gifts not be your gifts? Because my bracket isn't your bracket? Shouldn't this be more affordable? Shouldn't this be easier for me to do?
And I think social media does a good job of feeding us that BS.
Dumbass people.
So
man.
like you can't like when people see honestly, when they're strolling, they're not taking time out to think out the things that happened prior to getting their gift. They just see, oh, he took his fiance or girlfriend on a trip to Maui and they went on a shopping spree
Yeah.
and did all stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't show
That's so
receipts.
nice.
Yeah,
didn't show the
I
receipts.
wish.
You're not thinking that
I need to
this dude's already a millionaire. He probably had a vacation home there. It was probably not that much effort put into this. It just looks good.
Or
I probably got
Or-
somebody to book this shit for me and plan out the whole event.
he could have been saving up for 3 years.
Facts.
Like
Like,
like
you
you don't to save up some money for
If you
something
don't
like that.
know what goes on behind the scenes when you see those pictures, that's even real. Half that stuff be staged. They probably was in. They probably was on
live
the
there.
They was on the coast. They was on the Mississippi coast.
did.
On the beach, they just had the camera and the lighting just
But
right.
That's what I'm saying. And I always get back to it. And it's the mass. It's the masses, AD, that piss me off the most. That's why I say most people don't. Because how the fuck can you even buy into some shit like that if you know the lifestyle? You know that a lot of rappers are fucking broke. You know that they rent a lot of vehicles. You see them day after day. Tiger done been up and down, man, up and down, up and down. One moment he got the money, next moment he barely paying child support, next moment, shit, he finna be up out of it.
Yeah.
You see this, right? But yet you buy into it every time. Instagram models, they millionaires. I thought all Instagram models were millionaires.
You know, the sneaky thing that I've been seeing a lot on social media is the quotes. The quotes, like it was one that
The rapper quotes?
No, just like you know how like they post a picture and it like it don't be a real, it be like a caption, like a quote or whatever on a post or whatever. They say something like, the Justin LeBoy dude, he do it a lot. Yeah. He just put them little quotes there. He was like, so y'all real deal be in relationships where y'all just y'all have average sex and don't take no trips. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And so now you read that or whatever, and you like, dang, I'm not going on no trips in my relationship. I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. So now you're looking at your relationship totally different.
Your value,
it's less than. Now you could have been perfectly happy before you read that post.
You arguing that,
but now you read that post and you like, wait.
Why we don't go on trip?
We do only have sex and don't go on trips. But before you read this post, you was perfectly fine. You was happy. You was content.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm lacking. Almost like, I mean, I hate to make it biblical or whatever, but talk about the tree of life or whatever, Adam and Eve. She didn't, the whole thing was, you can have all these trees that you can eat from, right? Mm-hmm. This one, you can't have it. You can't do it. Don't eat from here. I got all this stuff, but I can't have that one. Mm-hmm. I want that one. And I mean, guys do the same thing. So I'm not just putting it on women. Dudes do the same thing. It's like
I am in this equation. In this setup, in this scenario, I am.
You are?
Yeah. Adam didn't. He didn't want it. he never even cared about that. But it's just a tree, right?
But, I mean, it could have been something similar to where you could have been perfectly happy and content to your life. Let's say you into cars, somebody come through with a nicer car than you. You like, I ain't
gonna lie to you.
Man, X, Y, and Z.
Say it, Brent.
I don't know no dude that's ever looked at social media and thought something like that. But if he is out there doing it,
and if they are, like they're younger.
Crazy,
they're younger.
But we just talked about how the black culture is the monolith. All men are monoliths. It's some dudes that go out there and probably see some stuff and be like,
out there, I guess,
dumb.
And probably go out there and be like, dang, bro, they really out there getting to it. I'm not where I need to be. Whether it be business, whether it be you see somebody making more money, making money moves, and you not making the same amount of money, and now you feel less than.
Okay, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? It's comparable.
Yeah.
Say what you gonna say? He gonna say something crazy?
Anytime he look up like that, I know it's like.
I was just gonna say, but why do you think that is, though, Eddie?
Why do you think what?
I don't think. Now I will say this. I don't think that a lot of black men in the culture or whatever in the community.
It's gonna be some BS. I already know.
I don't think. No. Because
you go ahead.
Because women say this too. Well, black women say this a lot.
Okay.
That black men have the same drive or they're as ambitious as the women are. And that the women feel like they have to be the new black men, which is weird to me. It's really weird. But I can see that a lot. I can see sometimes they make sense, but a lot of times they don't.
So you saying the roles are reversing?
I don't think that the roles are reversed. I actually think that that's a totally bad idea, and I don't think that black women can replace black men on any fronts.
But you're saying that's what you're seeing.
That's how they are
perceiving it,
behaving.
Oh, okay.
Because you hear that a lot more. It's like, even when, to me, now this is what I wanted to bring up. Even though to me, you know how they say men don't express themselves well, I think it's completely opposite. I think that a lot of women have a hard time expressing their emotions, like from the gate. It's like from the gate. You don't know how to be frustrated without doing this, or you don't know how to be mad.
I think they know how to express them. They just don't know how to control their emotions.
Okay, that's my thing.
Let's go with that.
Even with that, I don't even mind that you have a tough time expressing yourself. I prefer that you are able to express yourself.
Yeah, it's just words.
It's just words.
Spit it out.
But if I know, for example, like you're not the best communicator, my issue comes is when you act
as if you are.
No, when you act on things that you haven't communicated. So let's say you're upset. Let's say you're mad, you're
Gotcha.
upset about this particular thing, and instead of telling me, you decide to go and do actions that could probably hurt the relationship, and you haven't even verbalized to me how you felt.
Yeah.
So now I'm viewing it as you're out here doing these random actions with no reasoning.
Yeah, because you don't see what's in her mind.
But you haven't expressed that to me, so how do I even know?
That's again, 80, earlier on. I learned it in the class today. They reacted and didn't respond. Because when you respond, you can handle these moments and you can have those conversations because you have some thought in it. When you just do stuff just like, I was feeling like this, I wanted to do this, you reacted. But it was the second part to that. I was going to say, it's like, now that you're seeing men be more vocal as to the things that we don't like or the way that we feel, that's actually been looked upon from women as you're being sensitive. Now it's giving you the extra gusto. Look at this bitch. Like, look at this grown ass man telling me about how he feel and what the hell he don't like. Damn, sis. And I'm just like, whoa, that's toxic as fuck.
First of all, for all our women viewers,
That's so toxic.
for all the women viewers out there,
Hey,
if a man comes to you, I'm just saying, if a man comes to you and genuinely say, hey, this is how I feel about the situation, 9 times out of 10, it took a lot of gusto.
Yeah. He put his pride aside.
Put his pride aside. It's come to you and say, hey,
he was
this
being
is how I
vulnerable.
feel. And you come and you crush that man will never fully open up ever again, bro.
I'm gonna say this: if a man ever get to the point to where he want to express his feelings, that man been thinking for a long time. Cause the feeling ain't the first thing he think about.
Yeah.
He been holding on to that shit for a long time.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was talking about this to Bo actually the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, as men, what real venting outlet do you have? And the reason I say it is because, like, you can't go to social media with it when you feel the type of way.
No.
The man cave.
Because that's what we went there. So you can't go to social media because now you're oversharing. So now you're sharing to the world. Plus, it's not good behavior. You know what I'm saying? Now you're opening other people up to your relationship or whatever you got going on. Plus, you view this oversharing soft weak because you're not. However you sound when you type it, I see this nigga in his feelings. He's tall, he's vulnerable. It's fine.
What's crazy to me though, AD, is the way that the understanding value is. It's perfectly fine for her to vent on social media. In the same exact way, this made me feel this way today. So I'm tweeting this. I'm putting this on Facebook. I'm taking these type of photos, putting them on Instagram. I chose that caption for a reason.
But the moment you do it,
You's a bitch.
you's a bitch.
You soft ass. This why women gotta lead these men. I'm not letting nobody lead me and they act like this.
So you can't vent on social media. Luckily, we have a friend group that we can kind
Hey
of.
man, please don't get on social media.
Don't do it.
Nah, don't do it.
It never turns out good.
I actually wanted to make this comment too, AD, before you go on. I think that women should you know what I'm saying, just take a moment. There's a higher percentile of men who actually can't handle the shit that y'all say y'all can't handle that end up committing suicide. Men have a higher suicide rate because of that toxic ass shit. Just go ahead, AD.
Nah, and that's right on line. So you can't go to social media with it. In the black community, that we talked about earlier, therapy is considered, you know, that's something that we don't do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't vent on social media. You can't vent to a therapist whose job is to handle situations like this on a professional level. You can't go to your girl because when you did last time you went to your girl, she shut you down, and now you feel emasculated and you're like, I would never do that shit again.
I want to be a bitch.
And so 9 out of 10, luckily we're blessed enough to have a friend group that we can kind of vent to and like bounce ideas off of and kind of talk stuff through. But the average guy, I don't think has close friends like that to vent to.
Nope.
So what do? You hold on to it and you suck it up. Be like, it's all good. I'll be all right.
But
And every time you ask your homeboy, how you doing? 9 out of 10, oh, she on straight. I'm good. That nigga ain't good, bruh.
the realest shit
You
ever.
you see this dude every day. That nigga's not good. But
see this
you
body
understand him saying I'm not good. Like,
But what's
I'ma give you a
fucked up
moment,
to
bro.
me, AD, what's fucked up to me is I don't feel like women don't know that you're not okay. but they're so used to not having to see about if you're okay that they just bypass you not being okay. All you have to say, AD, I'm straight. I'm all right. Cool. Let's talk about this shit that happened at work today. Like, and I think that's fucked up. I like when women be like checking on your mental health and shit. I think that's attractive to me at this point because it's like so rare.
In your life, how many women has ever reached out and checked on your mental health?
Mental health wise? In my life?
That's not family.
That's in my life. In my life.
I just seeing how you just doing like, you know what I'm saying, emotionally or whatever.
In my
like,
life, nah.
That's not your family.
I'm gonna go with the mental health thing, and that's not many, AD. That's like maybe 3 people max. That's not my family.
I'm having a hard time coming up with something, bro.
That's fucking tough, bro. Like, and that's not even years worth. That's like at a certain time. That's shit.
I ain't gonna stand. I'm like, the reason I asked that question is because I'm having a hard time coming up with names in my head that I can like, okay, with that one. Like, that's not your family. That's not my family.
Yeah. That's fucking tough.
And you know, we have a lot of friend girls. We have people that we cool with, you know, platonic friendships that we cool.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? It's a maybe like
but see,
2.
and that's why I had to move that up. I had to move that up in my attractive radar already. I had to say that shit kind of nice, bro. Like for you to genuinely give a fuck about my mental health, that means something to me. Because nowadays, you know, you bitch ass nigga for even having to have mental health check-ins. Like, what the fuck you had trauma and shit in your past? A lot of people have traumas and shit. A lot of people are still, as adults, dealing with shit that happened.
Trying to work shit out.
Yeah, but I gotta be a bitch ass nigga for it. Like, goddamn, man, can I get some fucking help around here? But see, that's another thing too, AD. Kevin Hart named his show "Laugh at My Pain."
Yep,
that's a cultural thing. As black men, we'll laugh the fuck out. We're gonna laugh some shit off. Like, this shit really might be hurting me deep inside, but I'm gonna make the best jokes about this shit.
And to make you feel better, I'm gonna help you joke with it.
Yeah, like I get it.
Yeah, because I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
and so I'm do the same thing. So like, he trying to joke through this pain. Yeah, so let me help him make jokes about this.
That don't work for real though.
But you don't. But
I think it's temporary.
Yeah,
I think it only works for that small amount of time.
Yeah, because it don't.
And eventually,
something's gonna trigger it again. It's a triggering thing. Like, just like everybody got triggers for certain shit. It's like, damn, why you tripping? Like, what happened to you? Not knowing that you have a traumatic experience that kind of probably kicked you off the field some type of way. Now it's like, damn, nigga, we was just having a good time. Now you back acting weird.
Yep.
But you know, it like that.
It'd be like that, bro. But I feel like I'm glad that we have a friend group to where we definitely can. I feel comfortable talking to any one of y'all boys if I really feel like I got some stuff going on. And I feel like my call to the black community is, man, find you somebody, at least one person that you can reach out to. Because like you said, suicide is real, bro. People be out here offing themselves because they don't have nobody they feel like they can vent to.
That's facts.
So that's just my little spiel on that. I was passionate about that a little bit. Cause I feel like,
and there was a joke coming at you. You heard me. I had a joke. I was like, "Well, you gonna cry?" And he like, but that's what fucking happens. It's like, hell no, I ain't gonna cry. Nigga, I'm tough. Like,
and I would have laughed at it.
Yeah,
because I'm used to the jokes.
You would have known it was a joke.
I would have known it was a joke. I would have laughed at it.
That's so fucking sad, bro.
That shit weird. But that's culture.
That's culture, though. That's what the fuck Kendrick eats. That's fucking culture. Like, it's cultural for me to be.
Use your words.
I got another fucking. I don't want to go off on a tangent, AD, but I got so much stuff I want to address as far as the culture, bro. But we probably just have to save that shit for another episode, bro.
Well, nothing news is
give him a tease. Give him one on.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
It's gonna be tough now, Brent. You don't tell me that shit and then don't know what I'm finna say because you might get yourself in trouble.
I don't never know what you about to say.
I was just gonna say that as a culture, even though I know we've had a lot of obstacles to get over, and there's a lot of resistance towards progression.
I think I know it.
I would just, as far as like children go, I think y'all should just love y'all kids a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Spend a little bit. I know y'all doing the best y'all can, but just love y'all kids a little bit more. Make sure that they know that y'all love them. Give them a little time. Make sure that they feel safe at home. And goddamn, make sure they ass in school. And I'm gonna just leave it at. Go ahead, Brent.
I
You
was
said
just
something.
talking, I was just talking to my mom on the phone the other day about this. And I was like, a lot of kids, they be like, not really developed. Not always in a bad situation where they got bad parents. Sometimes their parents just like got 2 or 3 jobs where they can't have time in their child life because they poor.
Yeah.
So it's like they want to be there. They want to teach them things, but they ain't there to teach them things because they up there trying to just provide for them.
Brent gonna make me say what I wanted to say initially. That's what he's gonna do. I tried to do as best as I could just then, but I didn't know you was gonna have something to comment about. But now that you've done that, it's gonna be tough now, AD. You know they got all these abortion shit coming up, and this has nothing to do with getting an abortion. But I do think that if even as a parent you can't provide the best situation for your child, allow your child to have the best situation, even if that means going to grandma's house or going to dad's or going to auntie's house or whatever. But don't place your child in an environment where he's not able to develop or she's not able to develop because you guys don't have the finances and you don't have the time because you have all these jobs, which makes your children juvenile delinquents or highly chanced, especially in the black community.
You words there pretty well, man. I like that.
Appreciate that, D. There's a lot of curse words I didn't say.
Yeah. That's what's
I
up.
just got to get it out.
Hey, man, this is our first episode back, man.
Man, real talk.
how
It's
it
been a
feel?
minute, bro.
Had to knock the rust off a little bit.
I've been missing this shit, man. I don't even
I had a couple people ask, like, where y'all been? What y'all doing? XYZ. Well, as you can see, we're lacking a couple people. People have jobs now. People have moved away.
Yeah.
People got stuff going on, you know, life or whatever. So ain't no bad blood. Like, we all together. We
Why
all
you
in this thing.
laughing, Britt?
They said people got jobs now.
We had jobs that first time, Britt.
Well, people have jobs, but they have jobs that have made them move away.
No, I get it. I knew you were saying.
Bo no longer lives here anymore. So when we got to get the schedule right and stuff like this. So all the characters will be back eventually, but we
might
miss
not
y'all.
be a consistent every week thing, but
Yeah, we
gonna
trying.
drop some fire every once
We
in a
doing the best we fucking can, just like everybody.
But nah, man. So
We up out it. You got something else,
while.
Brett?
I'm good, I think.
Y'all got something to tell the people. This the first one now. This the first one in a while now.
I appreciate y'all for listening and watching every episode.
For sure, definitely.
Thanks.
And I will say, big shout out to DVJ because he's definitely been the catalyst to get us back rolling.
You know this shit been pissing me off.
He's definitely been the catalyst to get this back rolling. So, you know, we had to come through and drop a little something off for y'all. So
Man,
that's
we gonna
all I
end this
got.
thing like we always do. Brent, you good? You had something else?
I'm good.
You straight?
You good?
You sure?
You sure?
All right, man.
You ain't got to cry about nothing. You drop a tear real quick.
Man, if I do, it's gonna be off camera.
Oh, all right. What?
As always, views.